Hello, welcome to Family and Love Center. But this time around, I'm not in Uganda, I'm in Nigeria. And I'm with Pastor Tena. He normally comes to Uganda, but today I had to fly all the way to meet him in West Africa, Nigeria. But I'm grateful to God because the last 2 days, something tragic happened to me. If you watch right here, you'll see how the accident happened on my way to Jos Plateau State. We had a fatal accident and it was disastrous. I thank God I'm still here. I stopped complaining and I learned to give God praise all the time. So thank you so much. But today we'll be talking about love. What is true love? So, but before we go into that, I want him to introduce himself.
Well, thank you so much, Mark John. My name is Tena Yahemba from Nigeria, and for those of you in Arua, in Uganda, East Africa, I'm sure I'm your brother. You know that.
Thank you so much. He has been to Uganda several times, and and we're glad to have him every time. And I believe in December he will still be there with his whole family. So we can't wait to host them. Yes. So, man of God, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So we'll be talking about what is true love. And my question to you, when you heard the word true love, what comes to your mind immediately?
Well, love is seen from different perspectives. What somebody calls true to him might not be true to me.
Okay.
So if I want to answer the question true love, I'm going to be answering within the context of either just what I feel for true love or what you think true love is. But true love, from the word true,
yes,
talks about the origin, trying to know how love itself began, and in trying to know what true love is, we have to understand how it began. If I will answer in a few words,
yes,
true love is actually an honest and sincere release of one's heart towards somebody for good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is true love, if we are talking about true love, is true love just a feeling or is something else?
True love can both be feeling, but it's beyond feeling.
Can you explain that? Because it's getting interesting right now.
Yeah,
so,
because love itself, it's works around feelings, but love is beyond feeling. You cannot say you love someone and you don't feel for them.
Okay.
But we don't rest on the feelings as though that's all that is to love. So for me, love is having a knowledge of an integral part of someone, their abilities, their weaknesses, and yet you decide to stay with them regardless. Now, that all of that mixture brings about feelings, sour, sweet feelings, but beyond that, there's a knowing, that's the word now, there's a knowing that regardless of the feelings, the sour, sweet moments will end up well. So love hangs on that knowledge that it's going to be fine at the end of everything.
Okay, because if we had to look at it from a different perspective, the reason why I had to ask you that if true love is a feeling, because if it's a feeling, then if I go to somewhere else, I have a feeling. Then I go to somewhere else, I have another feeling. So anywhere I go, I have this feeling. Then where do my love really lies? Because in another content, they say love is a decision you made to commit. So is love truly a decision to commit yourself to a particular thing or somebody without any expectation and returns? Or there's the feeling must be there?
You know, when you talk about love, there's a lot to love. There's so much to it. The person who we are saying is in love,
yes,
we must understand his or her track record, her history.
Okay.
There are people that never got to see love in the way that we can call love.
Okay.
Now, for someone, maybe her growing up days, she grew up knowing that the moment I need money, I'll see a man, maybe even sleep with him, and then he gives me money. Now, that orientation for her or for him means love. The person gives me something and I give in return. But if you see that kind of arrangement, later in life, there will be a victim. Because one will feel used and dumped. So I'm saying that the moment love is mentioned, we need to know the history of the person who is supposedly in love. What's my idea of love? What have I grown around my environment to know as love? To narrow this question down,
Yes.
or my answer now, I'm saying that feelings will always mix with genuine love.
Okay.
But beyond that feeling, the knowledge of protection, the knowledge of respect, what I mean is there must be an iota of safety. If I say I love a lady and she doesn't feel safe around me, or I don't feel safe around her, it will puncture even the feeling that should come with loving. So for love, there should be protection. I will feel safe.
Okay.
There should be trust. There should be the sense of I'm increasing, I'm getting better. Because the two coming together in that relationship is to get us better and better onto the time where we can say that when I met you, I really became better than what I used to be.
Thank you very much. But another thing is that, do you think people today really know what true love is, or we are just chasing an illusion?
Well, I'm from the 80s.
Let me balance that, because the true love that we're talking about here, we're talking about dating relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, well, there's so much to this again.
Yeah.
I would say, compared to how it was back at the days, at least in my time, it's completely a joke right now.
Why did you say it's a joke in this generation?
Yeah, it's a joke because...
So the Gen Z generation is a joke?
Yeah, they are not a joke, but I'm saying the way they do relationship is a joke.
Okay, please explain, because we have audience out there listening.
All right. Now, let me say this. The average person who says, I'm in love today, says that because of something they have seen in the person. And the moment, something flashy, I use that word very carefully.
So you're saying the love for today, they are loving for a reason?
Most of the love for today are love for flashy. Don't miss that word. Very flashy things. Very flashy.
So loving with a reason.
The guy is handsome, he has biceps, he has a car, he's the coolest guy on campus. The average guy just wants a flashy stuff. And the average guy wants a beautiful, tall girl that would be like a trophy he presents. So the moment these things begin to fade over time, because when this guy comes close to this girl and sees that this girl has one character, maybe anger issue. Now the job of love is this, to stick to that lady until he helps her out of the anger issue. But infatuations or other stuff can now begin to dump her aside, because what I saw that was flashy, there's more to it than just what I can see.
Okay, because the way you started answering the question, you say in this generation is more of flashy love. Yeah. So if I had to reverse the question from what you said, so in this generation, we can't really find true love.
We can. There are still true love, but I'm saying that the percentage.
Can you give me a percentage?
I'll just say that just my opinion.
Okay, your opinion.
I could say 40-60.
40-60%.
60 of the percentage are just flashy.
Are just flashy?
Yes.
So are you telling me that in time to come, true love is going down the drain?
Definitely. As there's more tech, now with AI, the whole stuff, right now we hardly know who is a beautiful lady, because AI has AI'd everything. You know, so the guys now, have you not heard about guys that can just bar-headed guys, now they can put stuff. The average girl is weak all over. Now, I don't know, sound like I'm an old person, but I'm saying that when there's so much of packaging for the attraction.
Okay, I think out there, our audience, I think there are lots of people that would like to comment about what you said.
Definitely.
Because I kind of feel within me that there are people who just disagree with your points. Please, our viewers, feel free to give a comment if you disagree with everything you said, so we have to talk about it again. And another thing I want to, you said something about infatuation.
Yes.
So please differentiate between true love and infatuation.
True love hangs on sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah, true love hangs.
And I'll be glad if you mention those sacrifice.
Yeah. Now, for true love,
yes,
there should be sacrifice. The sacrifice that wants to make you better than how you were before we met. So in true love, I give, you also give. We both give according to our strength for the betterment of our relationship. That's true love. The fulcrum that holds true love is called sacrifice. Infatuations is all about what I saw that sparked me. So it's not as deep as true love.
okay,
With infatuations, there's hardly sacrifice.
okay.
So when you see someone who just met a lady at the nightclub or somewhere, and there's a word called one night stand, that's infatuation. I just saw her, wow, maybe the way she rolled her eyes at me, the way she looked, her shape, and I felt like this is the trophy. And right there, we get lost emotionally, and then it happens, and then the moment you're done, you're like, what just happened? Every dot, every stain the person has begins to manifest. Then infatuation is going to be revealed. That what I saw was not as deep as love should be.
So can true love be love at first sight?
It's possible.
True love can, because you just talked something about infatuation.
Yes. True love.
That is why
yes,
I'm trying to.
True love can begin at first sight, but doesn't end at what the sight saw. If I use that language, the sight might see. You see, can I? Okay, let me go this way. Adam, in the Bible, Adam saw Eve. It was at first sight, and he said, "Behold, this is." You know, say woman.
Okay, let me balance this.
Okay.
I need to balance this. Can true love be at first sight, or it can be grown over time?
Beautiful. Now you're saying it. True love can start at first sight. And the motive that drew that attention, if it was not just infatuation, that motive can begin to grow into a more sustainable love relationship.
Okay.
Let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
There was a time I was admiring a lady.
Okay.
And then I was so sure this lady was going to be a good wife material.
Okay.
I would sit down with her, would talk, and everything I saw about her was beautiful. She used to play a violin. Nice lady.
Okay.
Until the day we had a quarrel. My God. Anger. She became angry, started stammering, and her hands were shaking. I knew that what I saw at first sight is not all that is. So, but I tried to make her see that this anger will not work for us. But it looked like it was deeply sown in her heart. And I had no choice. I had to back out. So, love at first sight can go up on to become real love. But the two parties must always play a role to making it work together.
Okay, from the story you just said something, because we are talking about true love. When you said you saw her anger and you back out, because some people said if you truly love somebody, you will stay with them through thick and thin. So why did you back out?
Yeah, if you observe, I said I tried talking to her about it first.
Yeah.
I didn't just see anger and I backed out. There is a place. There is a place where the both of you, now relationship has a name called relationship. That ship at the end, it means we are going somewhere together.
Yeah, I
and
agree
the two
with that.
can't go on that journey except they agree.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So if we're not married yet,
Yeah.
and we have prospects to get married, that is a good time to begin to work out our differences.
Okay.
Because the real deal begins when we are married.
Yes.
So if we can't get these things done before marriage, it means that we're getting ourselves into a ticket, a strong, let me say, like a prison. And then all through that marriage, we'll live with ourselves as just enduring each other.
Okay.
And the reason for marriage is not endurance, it's enjoyment, not endurance. So I said that I had to try to talk to her about it. And that's why she was not willing at all to learn it. So to save my neck, I pulled out of the relationship. And now I'm glad I did that.
You're glad you did that?
Yeah.
And I hope she's listening to you right now, wherever she is. Okay, good. Can true love survive betrayal, disappointment?
Definitely.
Yeah, please expand on that.
Now, when it comes to betrayal, people betray for the fears they have.
Okay.
Yes. Or for lack of sufficient information.
Okay.
Now, can you narrow it down? Is it in a marriage situation or before marriage?
We put it in both.
Okay.
Because betrayal can come even in marriage, and it can come even in relationship.
Okay.
So I will put the two together.
First relationship.
Yeah, let's deal with the relationship.
In relationship, when there is betrayal, I tell you the truth, it shakes the fabrics, the pillars of trust. What makes a marriage or relationship strong is trust. And the moment there's betrayal, something happens to that foundation.
Okay.
But I began by saying that the reason people don't just say, let me betray my friend or my partner. People don't just say that. Something must have happened that will lead to the idea of doing what they do that is labeled betrayal. I don't want to share some story because they might be watching some real life case I've handled before. But I have the case of betrayal that almost wrecked a relationship. But today, the guys are married, they are strong, they are doing well.
That's good.
Why? Because first, these guys were believers, they believe in Jesus, and they also understand that nobody is perfect. The moment the betrayer or the one who betrayed or is betrayed can find a way of opening their hearts for healing again. It might be difficult, but it always works out fine. Then in the marriage situation, I've seen a graphic example where a woman had no possibility of having children.
Yep.
And the man was saying, let's keep trusting the Lord. Let's pray. Let's wait. And she felt she was under pressure from society. Her friends are ahead of her. They have kids. So this lady, this is a true story, I know the people, went to the friend of her husband and begged her, please get me pregnant.
Wow.
Yes, and that happened. So that's betrayal. Now, she was doing it for good in her mind to help the family to do, but the man was saying, I want to wait, I don't mind, let me wait. So she got pregnant and labeled it on the husband. He knew about it a few years later, and that was the end of that marriage.
Wow.
So betrayal comes in different forms. Some want to go out to help the jobless husband get job, and then the boss in the office will now, there are many stories like that. But I feel that betrayers can be corrected as long as both people sincerely say, forgive me, and then open up the old thing that he doesn't even know. Open everything up, say everything. And from that moment, you must watch how you move, be accountable to your husband or to your wife, and then healing takes place gradually.
Okay, the part of this thing you just said will lead us to our next segment, because all the way from Uganda to this place, I intend to have a 2 segment with you. Okay. And that other segment is going to be, what is complete transparency? Is complete transparency okay in marriage, and or half transparency? Which one is better? Because we're going to be talking about selective disclosure. What you should disclose to your partner, what you shouldn't disclose. I know you're a pastor, and I know I will leave that for the next time. But my next question, due to time, we're going to be talking about, is it possible, if you have true love, you can still walk away from that relationship?
No.
No.
True love stays to the end.
True love stays till the
Yes.
end.
If it's true love.
If it is true love.
True love will stay to the end, even when it's hurting.
But you just said that the lady you once dated,
Yes.
you walk away because
Listen.
you didn't stay till the end.
Listen.
Yes.
I said there is a window before marriage.
Okay.
Now what I'm saying is, if
Yeah.
it's in marriage,
Yeah.
if it's in marriage,
If it is a marriage,
true love stays
till the end.
to the end.
And in a dating relationship.
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, because I want our viewers
Yes.
to understand that.
Yeah, let me say it very clearly, viewers. In a relationship where there's no covenant yet, you are open to walk away.
Okay.
As long as the other partner, male or female,
Yes.
is not attempting in any way to be reasonable along the lines of, if it's the man, along the lines of what the man believes is the drive and the focus of the family.
Okay.
Now, if a lady loves a young man,
Yeah.
the idea is this: before the marriage is even consummated,
Yes.
before ever there's going to be marriage,
Yeah.
the lady should be wise enough to begin to know the ideals of the young man, because that's going to be her head.
Okay.
Now, if a lady, while courting, doesn't see what I see as what she can abide with, we always have clashes, and there's every sign that she's not open to becoming submissive to me, no, you walk away. You walk away, because
No, okay, you see, a lot of people are going to watch this video.
definitely,
But you say if the lady is not submissive to you.
yes,
But if you look at the book of Ephesians, they say submit to one another.
yes,
It says submit to one another.
yes.
So why did you choose your own aspect that she should submit to you? So will you submit back?
Now, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
get it clear.
Yeah.
Viewers, get it clear. I'm saying that when it comes to a relationship situation
Yes.
where we hope to get married,
Yes.
the lady is expected to show signs of submission
Yes.
to her husband to be.
Okay. A sign of submission.
Yes, sign, because we're not yet married.
Okay.
You know, a sign is a pointer to where we're going to.
Yeah.
So a lady who wants to get married to a young man,
Yeah.
the signs could be respect.
Yes, respect. I agree.
Yeah, so those
Yeah.
signs can tell that this woman, while we are having our home, this sign
Yeah.
will give us a good outcome.
Okay.
Now, the part also of one to another, like you said,
Yes.
the man should never hit her. If you see a man who hits the lady while they were courting, it's also a sign. That means he won't submit to her in the place of respect, protection, and all of that.
Okay.
So the point I'm saying is this: if either parties
Yeah.
don't show the sign of compatibility,
Yeah.
we can be compatible, we can work together.
Yeah.
Our advice before the wedding is contracted,
Yes.
it's good that people should go separate ways, as long as the signs
Yeah.
that we are seeing will end us up into calamity.
Okay, but in this time, I know there are a lot of people watching out there, but submitting to one another, because it has to come from both ways.
In marriage.
In marriage, yes, I agree. In marriage. Because that's the first verse there. I can't really get the verse specifically because I know it should be in Ephesians 5. Is it 21 or something? Yeah. But the next verse, it says, wife, submit to your husband. Yeah, but first, the submission has to be both ways.
Yes, definitely.
So in these both ways, this submission, first of all, what is submission to you?
let me say something. As a pastor in these few years of which I've been privileged to counsel many intending couples and even couples. I've joined many weddings, and I would say to you today that the average lady out there gets startled when that word is mentioned, submission.
Okay.
Now, submission from the woman to the man is not slavery.
Yes.
It's not subjugation.
Yes.
It's not trampling on that woman.
Yes. The woman is not the donkey to the man.
Yeah. So submission is not in any way suggesting that the man is the boss and she is the servant.
Oh, yes.
No,
yeah.
It doesn't. Now, this submission. If you have a pilot or a driver who knows the way, the passenger, upon seeing a blockage, the moment the driver says, I have an alternative route you can follow, the passengers will not come down and say, stop here, don't go anywhere. They are them allowing him to drive that other part is submission. The whole idea of submission is this: I trust my husband. I love him. I know he loves me. This part is going, I'm not sure, but I trust him. So I'll support him. I've seen women tell the husband, this is your project, I don't believe in it too, I won't support you. Some say that. But submission is simply saying, I'm not sure where he's headed at, but I know he has good plans for us. So I'm going to support, I'm going to submit. If he needs my skill in getting that thing done, even though I don't know where we're going at, I'm going to deploy my skill to having it done. That's submission.
Okay.
It's not saying, hey, give me food, sit down here. No, not that one.
Okay, viewers, if you agree with his explanation, put it on the comment below. And I'm going to be reading the comments. I know anything you say, just put your comments there. I know a lot of you will have something to say to that. Please let me know. Due to time, I'm going to ask you one more question.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you. Okay, in true love, does sex involve in a dating relationship?
As believers, no.
Okay.
As Christians, as believers, the Bible doesn't encourage that. It doesn't encourage sex.
But some young people said sex is the honey.
Well, it depends on where you're getting your information from.
Okay.
But if you are staying by the Bible, it's bed undefiled.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a gift. When you get that gift, you unlock it on that wedding night. So actually, when it comes to the issue of sex, biblically, as Christians, as believers, the Bible, God frowns at sex before marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, God frown at sex before marriage. Totally agree with that. As young people, you need to stay clean until you get married. We've come to the end of this episode, and please, our next episode will be selective disclosure. So we're going to be talking about, is it okay to be fully transparent to your partner, or you should keep some information to yourself to save your, whether marriage or dating, or with time, you begin to reveal who you are to your partner. We'll be talking about that. Please don't miss the episode. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe or make a comment, and please share the video